Okay, get ready for this one. Today, we're going to be diving into, well, a children's adventure book about a journey to the center of the Earth.
Sounds adventurous already.
It is, but get this, we're also looking at an educational book about ocean conservation.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
an interesting
it
combination.
is, right. Pretty unexpected combo. But stick with us, okay? Because trust me, there's gold to be found in these pages.
I bet.
We're going to unearth some seriously cool facts about the Earth and the ocean.
I love it.
And, maybe even pick up some practical safety tips along the way. You ready?
Absolutely. I'm ready to dive in.
All right, so let's start with Junior and King's Amazing Earth Adventure.
Okay.
This book, it takes us on this wild ride through the Earth's layers.
I love it already.
I know, it's really imaginative. And it's all seen through the eyes of these two brothers who they love adventure.
I'm awesome.
I know, it's great.
So where does their adventure begin?
Well, first, they're cruising through the Earth's crust in their souped-up Power Wheels truck. I mean, can you imagine?
Oh, every kid's dream.
I know, and they're totally fascinated by all the different types of rocks, like igneous, sedimentary,
The
metamorphic.
building blocks of our planet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, like any adventurer, they're, hoping to stumble upon some fossils and maybe, some sparkly treasures.
Of course, who isn't looking for gold and diamonds?
Right? I mean, come on.
Such a classic.
I know. But here's where it gets really cool.
Okay.
They learn that sedimentary rocks, they're like time capsules, formed over millions of years.
Wow.
I know, from all these layers of sediment.
That makes sense.
I know, that's why they're the best places to find fossils.
It's like looking back in time.
I know, it's like peeking into Earth's history book,
That's awesome.
Okay, so then they hit the mantle, this massive layer of, solid and semi-solid rock.
Right.
And they encounter these things called convection currents.
Convection currents. No, those are fascinating.
I know. The book describes them, get this, like a slow-motion lava lamp. So heat from the Earth's core is causing the mantle to flow.
Wow.
Yeah, in these giant circular patterns.
That's incredible. And those currents, they're what drive the movement of tectonic plates.
Yeah,
right?
you got it. Mountains and valleys, even earthquakes.
It's all connected to these movements happening beneath our feet.
It's wild, right? It's like a giant molten engine just beneath us.
It really is.
Okay, so then the brothers, they enter this mysterious zone called the transition zone.
Oh, okay.
And it's here, the pressure and heat, they're so intense that they actually, transform minerals.
Yeah.
So how do scientists even know what's down there? It's so deep.
Well, think about it. Every time there's an earthquake, it sends out these vibrations, right?
Right, seismic waves.
Exactly. And these waves, they travel through the earth,
Yeah.
but they change speed and direction.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, depending on what material they're passing through.
So by studying those changes,
Scientists can actually map the inner layers of the earth.
it's like giving the Earth a giant X-ray.
That's a great analogy.
Okay, next stop, the outer core.
All right.
And things get really metallic here.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
I know, it's this giant ocean of liquid iron and nickel.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's here, it gets really cool because this liquid metal is what generates the Earth's magnetic field.
Oh, right. That's how our compasses work, right? Always pointing north.
Exactly. The Earth's core creates this massive magnetic field.
It's like a giant shield surrounding our planet.
And not just for navigation, this magnetic field protects us from harmful solar radiation.
It's essential for life as we know it.
So we have this giant molten shield around us. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. But the journey's not over. They finally make it to the inner core.
The heart of the earth.
Exactly. A
Yeah.
solid ball of iron and nickel. You'd think with all that heat, it would be liquid, right?
You would think so, yeah.
But the pressure at the Earth's core is so intense that it actually forces those metals into a solid state.
Wow, so even with the extreme heat.
Yeah. And get this solid inner core plays a crucial role in what's called the geodynamo effect.
The geodynamo effect. What's that?
Think of it like a giant engine in the Earth's core, constantly churning that liquid metal
Okay.
and generating the magnetic field that surrounds us.
So the inner and outer core work together to create this force field.
Exactly. It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. We've gone from rocks and minerals to a giant molten magnetic engine. What an adventure.
I know, Junior and King really had quite a journey, and it highlights how, even though we can't see it, the Earth's interior is incredibly dynamic and constantly affecting our lives in ways we might not even realize.
Absolutely. And that actually leads us perfectly into our next source, EcoKid's Guide to Protecting Our Blue Planet.
Yeah, we're shifting gears now from the Earth's core to the vastness of the ocean.
Quite a shift.
I know, but it's amazing how these topics can connect.
Right.
So what can anyone really do to help protect something as massive as the ocean?
That's a great question, and this book really emphasizes that even though the ocean seems huge and powerful, it's actually quite vulnerable, especially now.
That's true.
And it does a beautiful job of portraying the magic of the ocean.
I love that.
Its beauty, the incredible creatures that live there, and its essential role in keeping our planet healthy.
It provides the oxygen we breathe
Exactly. It helps regulate our climate.
and absorbs carbon dioxide.
That's like the planet's life support system.
It really is. And the book introduces all of these amazing creatures like whales and sharks, dolphins, even jellyfish, all playing a role in this delicate balance.
They're all part of the ecosystem.
Right, and there's always a but. It also brings us face to face with, with a big
It's a
problem.
big problem.
Yeah, pollution, overfishing, and climate change.
That's heavy stuff for a children's book.
I know, but it sounds like they don't shy away from the truth.
Not at all.
Mm.
They explain these issues in a way that's understandable and impactful. For example, they talk about how sea turtles often mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, and you know what happens then.
It's heartbreaking to think about these creatures being harmed because of our actions.
And the book also covers the effects of oil spills,
Mm.
using the Deepwater Horizon disaster as an example.
That was devastating, wasn't it?
It was a catastrophic impact on marine life and ecosystems.
It's a real reminder that our actions on land have consequences for the ocean.
Everything's connected.
What about overfishing? I mean, we hear about that all the time.
Yeah, the book talks about how overfishing can disrupt entire marine food webs,
Wow.
endangering species we rely on for food and disrupting the balance of the ocean.
So we've explored the depths of the Earth's core and now the vastness of the ocean. Both seem powerful, yet vulnerable at the same time.
A fascinating contrast, wouldn't you say?
I would. So where do we go from here?
Well, speaking of responsible choices, let's bring it a little closer to home and see how we can apply these ideas to something fun, like Halloween.
Okay, I'm listening.
Our last source for this deep dive is Eco Kids, Ghoul-Proof Guide, Halloween Safety for Kids and Parents.
Perfect timing with Halloween right around the corner.
I know, right?
So we're talking costumes, candy, all things spooky, but with a focus on safety and sustainability.
Exactly. It's all about having fun while being mindful of our choices and the impact they have on ourselves and the environment.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
I think our listeners need a moment to catch their breath after that whirlwind tour of the earth and the ocean.
I agree. We'll be right back to dive into all things Halloween safety and eco-consciousness after a quick break. Okay, so we're back and ready to tackle this Eco Kids Ghoul-Proof Guide. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how it blends, Halloween fun with some seriously important lessons about safety and sustainability.
It's pretty cool, right? I mean, who knew trick-or-treating could be such a learning experience?
I know, right? It's all about those teachable moments, weaving them into the celebration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So where should we start? Costumes, maybe?
Yeah, costumes. The guide really stresses choosing flame-resistant materials, with all the jack-o'-lanterns and stuff.
Oh, for sure. That's super important,
Yeah.
especially with little ones running around.
I remember when I was a kid, my mom was always so worried about my costume, making sure I could be seen.
Oh, yeah. Visibility is key.
Big time. But back then, we weren't really thinking about, eco-friendly costumes.
That's true. That's a really good point. The guide actually encourages getting creative.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like reusing old clothes and different materials, turning it into a fun challenge.
Yeah, like a treasure hunt through your closet, right?
Exactly. Finding that hidden costume potential. DIY costumes, they're not just good for the environment, but they let you express your own style.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our awesome costumes all set.
Awesome. Now, what about the trick-or-treating itself? The guide mentions the buddy system.
Right, the buddy system.
Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's crucial. Kids should always trick-or-treat in groups.
Yeah, stick together.
Exactly,
Yeah.
especially when they're, all excited and might wander off.
And what if they do get separated?
That's where designated check-in points come in.
Smart.
Having a plan and, sticking to well-lit areas with sidewalks,
Safety first, right.
always. It's not just about choosing the right areas, but also being aware of your surroundings.
Like obstacles.
Exactly,
Yeah.
especially in the dark.
Uneven sidewalks, decorations, even pets that might, get spooked by all the costumes.
Speaking of pets, Halloween can be, well, kind of stressful for them.
What all the commotion?
Yeah, so it's important to make sure they're safe and secure,
The quiet room.
away from the action.
There.
Now, how about we talk treats? Candy inspection, that's a must.
Oh, yeah, my parents were all about that. No candy went in my mouth before they gave it a good look over.
That's all about those Halloween traditions.
The guide actually advises parents to, like, really check for any signs of tampering.
Wrappers.
Weird packaging, yeah.
And, of course, allergies. Got to be super careful with those.
What about homemade treats? I mean, some people love making those spooky goodies.
Yeah, the guide is, well, a little cautious about those. It recommends only accepting them from people you really trust.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Absolutely. But, candy isn't the only treat option.
Right.
The guide suggests some healthier alternatives, too.
Like fruit snacks.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
granola bars. Finding that balance between indulging and, making healthy choices.
I like that. Speaking of choices, what about those trick-or-treat bags? I remember those plastic pumpkin buckets.
Oh, yeah, the classics. But the guide encourages going for reusable bags.
Less waste, right.
Exactly. And you could even get creative, make your own from recycled materials.
Ooh, a fun family project.
I know, right? So we've covered the kids. Now what about the folks handing out the candy?
Yeah, any tips for them?
Of course. The guide talks about having well-lit walkways,
Yeah, so people can see.
adequate lighting, clear signage,
So no one gets lost.
making it safe and welcoming for everyone. And for decorations, they suggest eco-friendly options,
Oh, I bet.
using natural elements.
Pumpkins, gourds.
Exactly. And repurposing stuff you already have around the house.
Yeah,
Really letting that creativity shine.
I love that. Okay, so this guide really does cover everything. Costumes, candy, decorations, even online safety for those virtual events.
Right. It's like a blueprint for a fun, safe, and sustainable Halloween.
But wait, there's more. It doesn't stop at just Halloween, right? It encourages year-round habits, too.
You got it. Teaching kids about general safety skills,
Being aware of their surroundings.
knowing how to contact emergency
Like
services.
basic first aid, right.
It's all about empowering them, giving them those essential skills,
And on the eco front, it emphasizes things like conserving water and energy,
reducing waste.
making environmentally friendly choices.
Basically, using Halloween as a starting point to instill values and habits that will benefit kids in the long run.
I love that. This whole deep dive has been pretty amazing. We started by going to the Earth's core,
Right to the center.
then explored the ocean with all its wonders and challenges.
And now we're right here in our own neighborhoods, thinking about Halloween in a whole new way.
And through it all, we've seen how everything is connected. It's pretty inspiring.
I think so too. It's a reminder that even small actions can make a difference.
And that we all have a role to play in creating a safer, healthier, more sustainable future.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's leave our listeners with one final thought. Remember Junior and King, those explorers from the first book.
Yeah, what if their adventure didn't end at the Earth's core?
Where would they go next? What other amazing things would they discover?
It's a question for all of us to ponder. The possibilities are limitless. Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive. So we're back. Did you have a chance to think about, what really resonated with you from this whole deep dive?
It's amazing, isn't it? How, we start with something like Halloween safety and end up thinking about, sustainability and our whole role in protecting the planet. It's pretty incredible how these simple topics can lead to such, profound connections.
I know, right? Maybe you're thinking about those sea turtles mistaking plastic bags for jellyfish, and you're thinking, okay, time to switch to reusable bags.
Yeah, or maybe you're picturing those coral reefs, the ones threatened by climate change, and you're realizing you can make a difference by, choosing sustainable seafood.
Right. Every little step counts. And this Halloween, maybe you'll try like a DIY costume or go for those healthier treats. Even something small, like swapping out those plastic pumpkins for a reusable bag, it all makes a difference.
I think it sends a message that we care about the planet.
Yeah, even in our celebrations.
It's about making conscious choices, Remember those brothers, Junior and King, from that Earth Adventure
Oh,
book?
yeah, they were so excited to learn about the planet.
We can all have that enthusiasm,
Yeah.
Use it to make a positive impact.
We are all explorers in a way, right? Always learning, discovering, and finding new ways to make a difference.
That's a great way to put it.
We started this deep dive by, journeying to the Earth's core.
Quite a journey.
It was. Then we explored the ocean, all its wonders and the challenges it faces.
And we landed right back here in our neighborhoods, ready to rethink Halloween, with safety and sustainability in mind.
And throughout it all, we saw those connections, right?
Everywhere.
The Earth's magnetic field protecting us, the ocean giving us oxygen, regulating our climate and our choices, they impact the planet's health.
It really highlights how we're all part of something much bigger than ourselves.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, think about those explorers, Junior and King.
Imagine their adventure didn't end at the Earth's core.
Where would they go next? What else would they discover?
It's a question for all of us to think about.
The possibilities are endless. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.